Hey everyone, it's Louis Tuminaro, the Gunfather, and today's episode is going to be a how-to on how to polish your high-gloss gun stock. Okay, so today we're going to polish a stock, and I was looking through to find one that's we just recently got in that I've never touched yet, so I can show you guys the big difference of what the polish does. So we've been selling our stock polishes for probably 20 years now, right? We use these on Remingtons, Weatherbys, Seikos, Brownings, anything with a high gloss finish. We sell these on our website. We sell them on eBay. I believe we maybe even sell them on Gunbroker. As we sell these, you can buy them separately or you can buy them as a set. When we sell them, we give you a microfiber for the final finish, and we give you a terry cloth towel to start with the glaze and the compound. We also give you a sheet that, and it's on our website also, telling you, we just print it up for everyone. It's just, the compound, the polish and glaze, what they're used for. Okay, the only thing that you have to be real careful with is that this is the compound. Okay, and now the compound, if you do rub too long, you can burn through the clear coat. So you just have to be careful. But we're going to show you on this beautiful, this is an all original Beaufort steel Seiko 264 Win Magnum. Now this is a Seiko Deluxe. It's a super rare gun. We haven't touched this gun. It just came in. It's beautiful. But if you look at the stock, it's a little cloudy. It's just a little milkish. I don't see any deep scratches on this one, so I think on this one we'll show you the glaze and the final product on this particular gun. But I'm going to take a piece of tape, I'm going to put it on here, and I want to show you a before and after so you guys can really get the idea of how well this polish works. We'll do both sides also. So since there's no deep scratches, we're going to stay away from the compound, and we're going to go right to these two products. Shake well. Okay, take the terry cloth towel. Put a little bit on. So what we'll do is we'll do this back section here. We're just lightly rubbing it on. If you look, it's got some dirt on there. Very, very light dirt. Now we're going to wipe this off. And I have to say, look at that shine. I'm going to pull the tape off because I want everyone to see how nice this works on their clear-coated guns. Now, I don't know if our camera guy can catch the line, but I can see the line. And you can see how that is brand spanking new compared to that. All right, I'm going to take a piece of tape again, go on the cheek piece. This will really show you guys again too, from the back of the butt to the cheek piece. I love doing this. It makes the guns look like brand new. Put a little bit more on here. And here we go. Go nice circular motions. Pushing down. Not super, super hard, but pretty hard. Now we'll take our microfiber. I can't even get over, for this gun probably being 60 years old, how shiny this stock is still. Okay, now I'm going to peel the tape again. I'd like you guys to see the difference. I hope you guys can see the line. I can see it pretty clearly. It's right here. Now that I demonstrated for you the after, okay, the before and after, I'm just going to do both sides of the buttstock for you, and then we'll move on to a couple other brand rifles. So we're just going to Hit this on here. Smells real good too. When you start hearing that squeaking sound, you know that you got all the contaminants off of the stock. Now what I try to do when I'm doing this is to try to stay out of the checkering. Okay, so when you come up to it, just kind of come up to the checkering. Try not to get it in, because sometimes when this dries, it'll dry white, and you will get a little bit of white in the checkering. So just try to stay away from it or right on it. And then if you do happen to, you can always take a toothbrush, okay, and just take a little toothbrush and get that out. So it's not a big deal. This old Seiko's got a real beautiful piece of wood on it. So if you look at this rag, you can see the dirt in it. So whether or not you think your gun's clean, as soon as you hit the polish, you're going to know. Wow. Look at this. This gun is as old as I am. Look at the wood on this. This thing shines like day one. All the way around. Look at that. All right, so I'm just going to put this to the side. And let's take out an old Seiko Ryamaki. It's broken. Okay, it's in nice shape and stuff like that. I use this for duplicating and things like that. It's all original. I've never touched this yet. So let's take some compound now, put some tape on here and see what the difference would look like. So when we start with the compound, we're going to put this on. Then after the compound, we're going to go with the black bottle, which is the glaze. And then after the glaze, which we could have done on the other 264, but we'll show you on another one. And this is your super high gloss last polish that we put on. So let's shake this up real well. Put some tape on here. Okay, now the compound has an abrasive in it, so it's not going to get like super shiny in the beginning, but what it's going to do is going to get whatever light scratches are in. So we'll be real careful. Got some compound right there. And we're going to go over here and we're going to go circular, okay? Now, I have to say, just look at this already. Look at that. Now, this one's never been touched either, but the compound is real aggressive at taking off all the dirt that's deep inside the clear coat. Now, back in the day, these guns were lacquered. That's what they used. They used lacquer, and lacquer kind of turned yellow. Nowadays, everyone uses urethane, which is just a little bit more durable. But this is lacquer, and we are cleaning it. I'm going to do it again a couple of times because I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. And we'll hit this again. We'll go right against this line so you guys can see the difference, okay? Again, look at that. Look at all the dirt. And I'm still on the same panel right now. So I think I'm actually going to go one more time to see if there's any more dirt in the pores. So I'm going to go once more, so that'll be 3 times. All right, so that's not so bad. That's the 3rd time, and that's not too bad. So now we're going to hit this with the glaze over this. This is the glaze. The black bottle will take out all the micro scratches that the compound put in. Okay, as you notice, it's still clean. All right, so let's wipe this now. This is my favorite part, to see really how nice we made it. Okay, so it's looking real nice. Okay, now don't forget, this is probably a 60 or 70-year-old stock. So now we're going to take the tape off and we're going to see the real difference now. Wow. I mean, this is smooth as glass. It's shiny. And look at this over here. You can just, now you can really see the dirt inside the clear coat. Where here, you know there is no dirt whatsoever in that clear coat. That is absolutely incredible. Now this is the same polish that we use on our own guns here. So before, like, we take pictures of guns and we post guns and so on, this is what we do. This was a great before and after sample. Even better than the 264, because the 264 was in a little better condition than this. Okay, but now, after this gun, we're going to go to a gun that's in real nice shape, a collector quality stock. And now, with that stock, this is something that you can just take 5 minutes, polish it, and put it in your gun safe. So I'm going to go put this to the side, and I'm going to go grab the next stock. Okay, the next gun stock. This is a beauty. Okay, this is a Browning Olympian. It's a high-grade rifle stock. Now, this gun stock is probably 60 years old too, approximately. Nice clear coat on it. This is a brand new old stock. So this is basically new old stock that I found, which I can't believe I found it. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to put a quick shine on this to show you guys like how shiny we can make this. Okay, we're going to go right to the glaze. When you start hearing those sounds, that squeaking sound, you know that we got all the impurities out of the clear coat. That lacquer will now just be pure. Hear that? Okay, let me wipe this. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys can see from the pictures, this gun stock, it looks like it's almost wet. Okay, that's how shiny it is. Real beautiful. Now, if you look over here, okay, you can see how it's kind of cloudy and dirty, but when you come over to here, you can just see how shiny that is. All right, let's flip it over. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Now again, this is a polish that you can just take. You can just pull one gun out at a time. You know, when you're cleaning your guns, you can put this on. You can't put this on too many times. If you want to do your stock every day, once a month, you know, just to keep all the impurities off the wood, fingerprints and so on, you can. Look at this. Look at how it looks wet. Big difference from the front part. Okay, so this gun stock, I'm going to use this one as an example, okay? This is a Colt Sour 90. This one's cracked. I'm still going to use it as an example because it's a great example because no one's ever touched it. Okay, but I end up having to make a new gun stock for the customer. And with doing so, I acquired this. This has got a real nice clear coat on it, but it is dirty. So I'm going to show you guys now, because we're done with the compound, I'm going to show you the glaze and the final glaze, which is the white. Okay, so I'm going to do a tape again. And this way here, you guys could really see the difference, okay? So we're going to take the glaze. It's all you need, not a lot. And we're going to do this area. Now, these sours are known for super high gloss finishes on them from the factory, and that they are. You could already hear it now. It's starting to get all the impurities out of the clear coat. Okay, we'll wipe that off, and then we're going to put the final glaze on. But now we're going to take the final glaze, the highest polish, right there. Makes no sound whatsoever. It's very, very smooth. Okay, so now we're going to wipe this off. And now we'll pull the tape. This looks beautiful, like on the Browning gun stock, like almost wet is how it looks. This is the way to take care of your clear coated, whether it's urethaned or lacquer. This is not going to work with an oil finish gun. So you have to know whether or not your gun has a clear coat on it or whether it's oiled. All right, but this looks absolutely amazing. Now mark my word, the better the clear coat, the better the finish will come out. If your gun barely has any clear coat on it, yeah, it'll get clean and it'll look better, but the better your clear coat, the even better it looks when it's polished. We'll finish the buttstock on this side, then we'll wipe the whole thing down. I would suggest putting a nice towel down like this, not have anything around it. I mean, you don't have to take the action out if you don't want to. Okay, we'll wipe this down. Look at this. It's perfect. Look at that. How beautiful is that, huh? So this video was just a quick DIY video coming from us here over at the custom shop. These are polishes, again, that we've been selling for the last 20 years. These polishes come with a microfiber towel and a terry cloth towel. Plus they're going to come with complete instructions. And if you lose your instructions, it's okay. On our Q&A on our website, they're on there also. This is what I call tricks of the trade. Reason being is that whether you're going to put your own gun and you're not going to sell it and you want to just have it look the best that you can, or if you're buying and selling guns and you want to make the stock look as best as you can, right here is the way to go. We've sold thousands of these. It's no secret. You know, we've been selling them online for a long time. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. And I hope you found this video really interesting. Thank you.